So it's Friday the 19th of June today. We here in Wales have had rain pretty much all week. If we haven't had rain all week, we've had about 10 or 15 minutes of clear skies. The sun comes out, it looks absolutely beautiful. So you go out into the garden to do gardening and then it starts tipping down again. And I think we've had pretty much 48 hours of constant rain here. So all of our water butts at the allotment, which were nearly empty, are now completely full. So I'm hoping that in the next week is going to be slightly better weather. But I'm down at the allotment this evening because I came here to actually film my June tour of my allotments. But it's so windy out there that it's just not a possibility because nobody wants to hear the wind just crackling over the audio of the video. But I'm in the Polytunnel at the moment and I have given all of my tomatoes a haircut. So I thought I would show you those and update you on the beans and stuff that I've got growing here. The last time I filmed a video here at the allotment, I finished up in the Polytunnel saying that I needed to give all of my tomatoes a haircut because they were so bushy, and I managed to do that last week now and I'm so pleased with it. A few people though asked me why I was giving them a haircut, and the main reason for me is because I've got so many tomatoes close together. I want to make sure there's loads of airflow around them because blight can affect tomatoes and blight will thrive in kind of damp, moist areas. So if I give the tomatoes lots of airflow around them, then that means I'm less likely to suffer from blight. But you don't need to chop the side shoots off or anything like that if you don't want to. It was only, I think, last year that I did that for the first time. Now, if you don't chop those side shoots off and lots of like the growth underneath, it would just mean that there's less airflow around the tomatoes, but you'll also get smaller fruit, but you'll probably get about the same quantity in weight of fruit. So you'll just get a smaller fruit compared to bigger ones. But I do it because I want to make sure that I'm not really going to give blight the chance to thrive in the area. But also I planted some beans in between here. Now I've never done that before either. I've never even grown beans inside a polytunnel, but I have two varieties of beans that I've put underneath here. So I've kind of like underplanted, and I have some Calidor, which is a yellow French bean, and right at the back I have two beans out of 10 that I planted called Stanley. Only two of them germinated, but they were from a seed swap, and I wanted just to make sure that they get more light and they also get some airflow. So I am really happy and really pleased with how things are doing in here at the moment. The only concern I've got is my interplanting with dwarf French beans. Now, I've never actually grown a dwarf French bean before, and the ones in the middle, which are obviously very shaded by the tomatoes, are growing really tall here. So they're almost a metre off the ground now, and I'm not sure if they're just super leggy or that, you know, they do really get this big. So we'll see how that goes. But the one at the back, which is Stanley, is doing okay, and the ones on the sides seem to be looking all right as well. So I'm really interested to see, you know, if I get a big crop from these, or, you know, if everything doesn't do very well here because I've packed in so many plants. Unfortunately, I don't know what these varieties of tomatoes are called because my daughter just she pulled off all the labels earlier in the year. This tomato here though is absolutely beautiful. I did have some from the Heritage Seed Library, so it looks like this must be one of those, and it's probably not going to be a self-pollinating type. So if I save the seeds from this, who knows what's going to grow. But it's so beautiful, isn't it? And in the grow bags, all of the tomatoes I've got here are actually cuttings from when I gave these tomatoes a haircut a little while ago, and luckily they've all taken. The one at the very back does look a little bit wilty, but I think it does get less water. But I am so pleased with these because originally these grow bags had my first lot of tomatoes that went in, and I think they did get a little bit upset by that frost that we had. So there you go. That is what my polytunnel looks like this June. How does it compare with yours? I'm so pleased with the amount of tomatoes I've managed to kind of fit into that area, because I think it's 2 more than I grew last year. And also the French beans, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they grow, and I'm hoping I get a little harvest from those. And if I do, I'm definitely going to be like kind of into planting them again in the tomatoes, because it just seems such a good use of that space in between those tomato halos that I've got. But anyway, I'm going to head off now. I'm hoping over the weekend that I can actually come back and film my June allotment tour for you, because I've got so much growing there at the moment. It's doing so well, so I can't wait to share it with you. But in the meantime, if you don't already follow me on my Facebook page and on Instagram, please check those channels out, because I upload a lot of pictures to those when I'm working up at the allotment and I'm not filming. So you'll be able to kind of get a good idea of what I've got growing and how everything's doing at the moment from there. If this is the first time you're watching my videos, please do hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be notified of all of my latest videos. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye.